Hey guys, what is up? It is Dawn here, and welcome to Video Game Finds number 54. And now before we get started, I'd like to address what happened last week. And as I was kind of suspecting with the strike on YouTube, that they were probably not going to allow 15-minute videos. And unfortunately, that was the case. It was true. And I had to split last week's video into two parts, and it was kind of like off of like a last-minute thing because I didn't want to have to refilm the whole thing again. So, unfortunately, you guys had to go through the two parts like that, but I'm going to try and keep my videos at a minimal, because I'm going to have to, because unless I can just keep splitting them like that, because that's the only other option that I have for the 6-month time period for the strike on YouTube. So, anyway, let's get started with this week. Enough with the bad news stuff. Let's go with the good news stuff now. Not a whole lot this week, but there is some pretty cool stuff. One thing came off eBay, and the rest was all local finds, which was pretty cool. I'll go ahead and show the eBay stuff first, and then I'll show all the local finds, because there's a little bit more local find stuff there than there was eBay stuff. So, anyways, we'll go ahead and get started with this stuff. Alright, so the first finds of the week, which is basically the eBay stuff anyway, I got here 3 NES consoles, and these are in pretty good shape except for the top one, and I'll explain what happened to that. What here you see is that the top one here has some really bad cracking right here in the front, but it also has it on the side. I don't know if it shows up too well. It might. They have some super glue all around on the sides, on the one side here. What happened is I ordered 3 of these the 3 NESs off of eBay. It was going to be a parts only lot, parts repair, which usually means, you know, like untested or has the blinking light or needs new 72-pin connector, whatever. So I ended up buying them. And by the way, I did pay only $61 for the 3 of them, which is a really good deal. I was expecting one of them to not be working at all, but that's where I'll get into this one right here on top, the cracked one. When USPS ships their things, you know, for other people, you'd expect them to, you know, take pride and care in the things that they ship, especially how much they charge people to ship things across the United States and countries and everything. But this wasn't the case, because when I ordered this NES, it was not like this. It was not cracked, it was not broken, but the whole bottom half was just completely shattered. I tried to salvage as many little pieces and parts that I could to put it back together as best as possible. Before, it had just a huge gaping hole in it. But anyway, this one did not power on at all, and I had to strip it down completely. I had never done that before. It was kind of like a gamble thing. I stripped it all the way down. It was literally just plastic shells. And I switched motherboards with one of the other working ones. The other 2 worked fine. But then I switched, like, you know, the power and reset mechanisms here on the inside. If you open one of these up, there's, like, you know, switch caliper thing in here that has, like, you know, all the compartments and stuff for the buttons here. But I took that and switched it with a working motherboard from one of the other ones, and now all 3 of them work perfectly fine. I don't know what it was, if it was just like a freak thing, but I ended up making this one come back to life, which is basically why the title of this week is called what it is, because I basically revived this one right here. This one, at one point, I was about ready to give up on it because of how badly destroyed the plastic was and everything, because it is pretty brittle. If you can't really tell, it's kind of got like a really, you know, brownish color to it, as opposed to like another one that has just like the grayish bottom. So I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it's just sun cooked or it's just aged, kind of like you know, some Super Nintendos do and stuff. But anyway, I ended up, you know, putting it all back together, and it works really well. So that's very cool. And one of them did have a 72-pin connector, like a brand new one in it already. So I don't know what the seller was thinking, if they were just, you know, if they were working on projects or something, and they just kind of forgot which ones were working, which ones weren't. They just kind of sold them off. I'm not sure, but anyways, good thing is all 3 NESs work, and that's really cool, and I'm really glad I could fix that one and bring it back to life. So very cool. Alright, now we'll go on to the local stuff. I went on Wednesday to Goodwill because I had a half-off coupon that I could use. You can only use it per 1 item, but it's, you know, pretty good deal. But I don't remember if I actually even used it, because these were such a good deal already, I didn't even bother. But I still went on Wednesday, which I'm glad I did, because I found one PS1 game and one GameCube game, and both of these I'll be keeping because I don't have either of them. And I thought it was pretty cool. But the first game here that I got for GameCube is NHL Hits 2002. And it's in pretty good shape, actually. The manual's a little... no, maybe not, actually. I was thinking of something else. But this one actually is like brand new, and I thought that was really cool. But this was only $1.99, which is an awesome deal. Because this is like a $10 game or so, I believe. But it's one I didn't have for GameCube. I think I have it for PS2, but... really cool. I was really happy to find this one, so that's cool. And then the other one, this one's really cool, and it's fairly hard to find, Black Label, and it's for PS1, and that is Spyro Year of the Dragon. And I have the first one, Black Label. I just need to find the second one, Black Label. So very cool. I have the collector's edition set with the cardboard overlay and everything, but I'd like to have, you know, all the Black Label ones as well, because that'd be pretty cool. So, and this was $1.99 as well, which is really good deal for this game. And I was just kind of sitting along all the DVDs and everything, so it was just kind of just jutting out off the shelf. So I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. So there's that, very cool. And then these three things here all came from yesterday, and it was kind of just like a slower day because it was just not a whole lot of stuff out because it's not half off weekend for Goodwill or anything. But what we got here first is what I found with Tyler yesterday. We went to our local ARC thrift store. And I haven't seen one of these in a while in the thrift stores, but it was pretty cool to find. And that is an official black Sony PS3 controller here. And it's in pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of, you know, goober on the thumbsticks, but that mainly is probably from being used like a few times and then sitting around collect dust. That's usually what a lot of controllers do. But this was only $5, which is really cool. It was dead beyond belief when it was, you know, because it had been probably sitting around so long. So me and my brother charged it up, and it works really well. So very cool. For $5, I can't pass up on a PS3 controller because these are, I think, going for like $20 or so, you know, on eBay and stuff. For some reason, Walmart thinks they can get $55, but I don't think that's Walmart's fault. I think that's just Sony just keeping their price on that for some reason. But they don't sell at $55 because no one really buys new controllers for old gen consoles. But that's just my opinion on it. But that's why we go to our thrift stores and stuff and find them for like, you know, a few bucks less, you know, than market value on eBay and stuff. So, very cool. Alright. Next thing here, we have one Game Boy Color game. Or no, maybe it's just Game Boy. I think it's just a Game Boy game. It looks like Game Boy Color because of its clearness. But I found this at our local thrift store, or flea market. And they had a sale going on because it's their 32nd year in business. And if I haven't mentioned this before, it's not an outside flea market, it's like an all-indoor flea market, which is, I've been going there for, I don't know how many years now. My family's been going there all the time, ever since I was a little kid, I can remember it. But this place has pretty good game stuff. I didn't find a whole lot there, but this I hadn't seen before, and it looked pretty interesting, so I decided to pick this one up. And, let's see. Yeah, there's one little mark in the label that's pretty torn, but other than that, I don't see a whole lot of disruptance to it. But it is Kirby Tilt and Tumble for original Game Boy, and it's a pink, clear, like, you know, casing for it, like a Game Boy Color game would be. But I've never seen one like this before. I thought it was really cool. But as you can see, it has that little bit of like label damage down the bottom corner, and then a little bit up here on the top part. But other than that, it looks really good, and it's a pretty fun game to play. It's kind of like a Marble Madness, I think, on NES, is the best way I could kind of compare it to. But it's really cool. This game typically goes between $15 to $17, and I ended up getting it for like $4.30 after tax. So very, very cool. I'm glad to add that to the collection because I hadn't seen it before, so I thought it was pretty cool to, you know, get. So that's really cool. Alright, and last but not least here, we got from Goodwill yesterday. It was in their backroom outlet portion, and it was stacked in with a bunch of CDs, and I saw it because it was a Greatest Hits, and it's for PS1, and it's the first Spider-Man. And I'm not going to be keeping this one right now because it is Greatest Hits, but I'll eventually hopefully find it in Black Label because that'd be pretty cool. It looks like a fun game. But this was, I think, $2, so that's not a bad deal at all. And it's basically in brand new shape. I don't know if it shows up on camera too well or not, but anyways, it's got really good, you know, it's got really good surface, wear to it. Like, I mean, it's been played a few times, but like it doesn't look like it's been beat up or anything. So otherwise, it played really well. It doesn't look like it has any problems, so that's very cool. So $2, can't go wrong with a pretty good Spider-Man game for PS1. So very cool. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this week. Sorry it was kind of short. It has to be, kind of short now that, the 15-minute thing is kind of an issue. But I still try to deliver as much as I possibly can content-wise. And I still hope to get more stuff for you guys and still try to condense it into 15 minutes if I can. But anyways, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for staying around. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, telling your friends. It really helps me out, guys. I love that you guys keep coming back every week. And it's just really fun to share with you guys the stuff that I find. It's basically sharing my experiences with you guys. And it's just really fun because it's just awesome to find the stuff and then say, hey, I get to show you guys this stuff too. It's not just me that's getting, the ability to see it all. So I thank you guys a lot. Stay tuned for next week. Hopefully we'll have some more stuff. And yeah, happy gaming, guys. Walking Dead starts back up tonight. Hope you guys, enjoy that stuff as much as I do because it's a great show. So I can't wait for that. It's going to be awesome. So, alright guys, that's going to do it. Happy gaming, as always, and take care, guys. I will see you later. See you guys.